your W-4 game plan for 2021. I'm going to give you 5 things that you must be doing if you plan to revisit that W-4 form in 2021, no matter when you're watching this video. So hopefully you stay tuned to the very end so we can talk about solutions, game plans, things that you can do to make sure that W-4 is a form that helps you build wealth, not just bring in more cash flow. What up? You got Mr. Smith, point five of Mr. and Mrs. Smith. And in this brief video, I want to talk about your W-4 game plan as it relates to 2021. And this is applicable as it relates to no matter when you're watching this video. So I don't want to limit it to 2021. It might just be your W-4 game plan for the new year. I don't know. I might alter it a little bit because I want this video to be timeless, because no matter when you're watching this video, it should be applicable to your scenario no matter when you're watching it. That being said, as it relates to the W-4, many people use the W-4 to bring in more money, bring in more cash flow, but a lot of people don't use it strategically. They just do it just for the sake of doing it. But you got to do it strategically. So I want to talk about a game plan on things that we've done that have helped us, things we've had our clients to do and business partners do that have helped them drastically. So if you want to be amongst those who use their W-4 to build wealth, not just to bring in extra money and you don't know where it went, listen up, stay tuned. So let's jump straight in. I'm gonna give it to you in a list form. So if you take notes, great. If you want to jot it down in the comments because it may help someone else, awesome. But by all means, hopefully you receive some value from this video. So what's the first thing you should be doing as it relates to adjusting your W-4? And before I go into that, I just want to talk about the W-4. What is the W-4? The W-4 is the form that you fill out as it relates to you having a job. This is for a person who is an employee, a person who receives a paycheck and taxes are taken out, federal taxes to be specific, are taken out of your paycheck. You are a W-4 employee. W-4 employees have the ability to adjust the W-4. At one point, people thought that they only had to go to their jobs in order to get that W-4, but the fact of the matter is, it's all available online. You can fill it out online, and then you submit it to your employer because it lets them know how much money you want withheld from your paycheck. The problem is many people overpay. In other words, they have too much money withheld. And that extra money could have went to the areas that I'm about to share with you now, because if they get all of the money throughout the year and you're not benefiting from the fact that you're overpaying throughout the year, then that explains why a lot of people don't hit their financial goals. So I want to help you hit your financial goals while being strategic and not having to worry about owing at the end of the year. Because at the end of the day, most of the time, people are terrified of the likeliness of having to owe the IRS. I get it. That's not a place you want to be in. However, if you do it strategically, and plus the IRS has made it a lot easier to understand what to expect using a W-4 calculator. So I really salute them on that. Now, let's talk about it. The W-4, as we stated, we know what it is now. So what can you be doing once you adjust that W-4? Many people are overpaying. 80% of Americans are typically overpaying, which is hundreds of millions of dollars that are overpaid in taxes, which means that most people who correct their W-4 will end up getting a pay raise instantly just by properly filling out that form. We've seen people get $200 to $1,000. On average, $200 to $800, that's usually the window of people bringing in that amount per month back into their household. So I want you to ask yourself, if you bring in an extra $200 a month, would that be of benefit to you? And you knew you didn't have to worry about owing at the end of the year. Would that $200 extra be of benefit to you? Imagine if you brought in an extra $500. Would that be of benefit to you? How about $800? Because that's, usually the top of the average. Would that be of benefit to you? Now, we've seen people who brought in over $1,000 extra. My question to you, would that extra $1,000 coming into your household be of any benefit to you? And I'm sure most people who are listening said yes, 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 yes to every question that I just asked. So, which brings me to the point. When you adjust that W-4, if you know that dollar amount would be of benefit to you, then these 5 things will definitely be of benefit to you if you apply what it is I'm about to share. And I'll give you a way that you can apply it strategically so that way you can do it with assistance and not just trying to guess and figure it out and do it on your own, the whole 9 yards, if that's something you're interested in. But if nothing else, take this, run with it. Number 1, once you adjust that W-4 and you get whatever it is that you get back into your cash flow, back into your household, one of the first things you want to be doing is putting that money somewhere. Where would you need to put it? For one, let's talk about putting it towards saving. See, if you put the money in an area to where you're not having to touch it, but you got it there just in case, that's a good thing. Just having some untouched liquid money in an area that you don't have to touch it is a great thing. And we want to encourage you to save a certain amount. Start with saving $1,000. Start with saving 3,000, 6,000, and really building up that savings. Now, you don't only have to put it in the savings. You might want to split it up. A portion goes to saving, a portion goes to the next thing I'm about to say, which is number two, debt. Many people have debt. Many people have credit card debt. Many people have different loans and things that they are tired of and can't wait to get rid of. That extra cash flow that you brought in could now help speed up the process of eliminating that debt. So, say for example, you brought in $500 extra by correcting that W-4, and you put 250 towards saving, 250 towards eliminating debt. Sounds like a win-win-win to me. Sounds like you're increasing your net worth by default because you're using the W-4 strategically, not just to spend money on things that you wasn't buying in the first place or things you were already buying now you're just buying more of it. No, you want to use it strategically. That's just an option. Number three, what should you do after you got that extra cash flow? So we talked about you putting some money towards saving. We talked about you putting some money towards debt. What are some other things that you can do in order to make sure that that W-4 is money well spent? Well, this is something that many people don't think about, but what if you use that W-4 to restore your credit? Whether you pay for a DIY platform to where you can buy something one time and learn how to restore your credit, that's an investment in yourself. That's a good idea when using that extra cash flow. Why? Because when you correct your credit, it automatically positions you to increase your cash flow. Because for one, you'll be able to pay less in interest on things. You'll be able to refinance things that you might be overpaying in interest for. You'll be able to possibly qualify for certain jobs that you wouldn't qualify for because they're starting to look at credit as well. So it's a host of things that can come along with you restoring your credit by you taking some of that extra money that you might not have had and say, you know what, let me go ahead and get my credit intact while I'm doing this. And now you're able to do that. And whether you pay somebody monthly, we do it. We have a DIY platform, whatever your preference is, consider investing it into yourself and getting your credit restored, whether you have us to do it for you, whether you have somebody else to do it for you, or whether you invest into a DIY system that teaches you how to do it step by step, play by play. Either way, do something like that. That's number three in terms of restoring or taking that W-4 and putting it in a place that allows you to turn that W-4 into some form of wealth. Number four, and I'm going to save the last one of what I feel is the best one for last. But number four, what if you took a portion of that and invested it? Investing is basically putting your money in a place that you expect to get a return on your investment, or ROI, or a rate of return. Putting your money in a place that allows you to get a return on your investment. What's a good place to put it? The stock market. Just to name one. The stock market is a place that you can put your money and get a return on your investment. Now, I don't expect you to just jump in and just do, or just lose money, because sometimes people are terrified of that. And that's not what this is about. And I also link below where you can get 2 free stocks to get started. Or once you start your investment account, you can open up an account for $100 and be well on your way. But if I just had to give one recommendation, now I will say this: I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not a Series. I don't have a Series 6, 7. I can't tell you what to invest in. I'm not a fiduciary, but I'm just giving you some things that have helped me in the process of understanding investing from a simplistic standpoint, and something that you can take and run with. Say you take a portion of that and you invest it in what's known as index funds, some low fee index funds that allow you to put your money into a bucket that automatically diversifies your money, meaning you're not just investing in one company. I wouldn't recommend that for a new person, just investing in one company. I know certain people who have had great success with that, but if you want to get into investing, one of the key things is diversifying. Basically, you putting your money somewhere and you lower the risk factor of losing money because your money is in multiple places. They've created certain buckets known as index funds or ETFs that allow you to invest in that one fund, but it automatically diversifies you because that ETF may be invested in 10 plus things. The index fund may be invested in the whole market. Anything that's performing at a particular rate, you're able to benefit from it because now your money went into the index fund and you're putting money in it on a regular basis, which means you acquire more shares, more equity. Your money is growing. So just a quick, idea or example of how you can be investing that money. So we covered a couple of things. Taking that money, saving a portion. Taking that money, uh, knocking out some debt with a portion. Bettering your credit and investing with a portion. So that's four different examples. And imagine that you had $400 that came back. 100, 100, 100, 100. Now you put 100 in four different places and you're feeling good because you know you're doing multiple things to help you restore your credit. Let's say you got 800. Now you 200, 200, 200 because you're able to leverage that W4 and put it in the right places. I said I was going to say the one that I feel is the best for last. So number 5, what is the best one that you can do? The best one that I feel that a person can do in terms of their W4 as it relates to your game plan of what you want to do with their W4 is investing in yourself and starting a business. Starting a business, preferably a home-based business. There's so many opportunities that come along with being a home-based business. Yes, you're allowed to make as much income as you want, depending on your work ethic and your skill set and the knowledge that you acquire over time. However, there are also benefits known as tax deductions that come along with it that's second to none in terms of paying less in taxes legally. So the W-4 adjustment is one way to legally pay less in taxes, but another way to amplify that is by having a business. And I recommend it being a business and something that you know you can commit to long term, because businesses are something that it may not be easy to build, but if you're attached to the business model itself and what the mission of the business is, then it's easier to stick with it. So if it's something that you love, something that you like, invest in that and turn that into a business. And now it's a tax deduction just because you're investing in it, and give it your CPA, your accountant, your tax professional, so you can understand how that operates. But just understand that that exists, and now you're able to take that money and start a business, which can create an empire or just some additional streams of income, some more cash flow. And if you haven't understood by the year 2020, it's important for you to have multiple streams of income. It's important for you to have an income outside of just your job. So if you're watching this video and you have a W-4, you have a job, but what do you have outside of the job that's bringing in income? You see, you have multiple bills. So it's time and past time that you have multiple cash flow streams, multiple income streams to help pay off and knock out bills and certain things a lot sooner. That can be the best investment that you ever make, even better than investing in stocks, because the investment in your business has an infinite rate of return potential, all because you took something and you turned it into an asset that can continue to pay you over and over again, all because you understood the power in taking matters into your own hands and launching your business. Now, we have a business that we highly recommend, one that we learned all of these things that I'm sharing with you now, and has allowed us to leave our corporate jobs, and you can get access to it. And we even talk about different lifestyle changes that you're able to make from a standpoint of travel, traveling more, discounts, but don't escape the foundation, the W4, the financial literacy piece, getting out of debt, bettering your credit, learning investments, understanding the power of business ownership and tax deductions. That's our foundation. But if you click the link below, or if you visit makeweeklymoney.com, makeweeklymoney.com, it should take you to a video. Let me know if you have any issues, but it should take you to a video that you're able to watch something, and you can start your own business as soon as today, even before you correct your W-4, or even after you correct your W-4. So that way we can help you along your journey. But take that W-4, use those 5 things in order to make sure that you have a game plan of what to do with your W-4 versus just getting that extra money and not doing anything with it. So just as a brief recap, number 1, take that extra money, save it. Number 2, take that extra money, knock out debt. Number 3, take that extra money and make sure you solidify your credit score. Number 4, take that extra money and invest. Number 5, take that extra money and invest in yourself. So you can take one amount of the W-4 cash flow that you created and put it in all 5 areas. Like I said, some people get 1,000. If a person gets an extra $1,000, that's 200 that can go in each bucket, and they're good to go. Or if a person got 500, that's 100 that can go in each bucket, and they're on their way. So do not sleep on the power of the W-4. It's not just a tool just to get, some extra money back, but it's a tool that you can use to build wealth if you do it the right way. And don't worry about feeling like you may have to owe, because if you fill out the W-4 calculator, as we've taught in recent videos, as well as the ones that we teach futuristically, at the end it shows you what to expect. And in many cases, you can still position yourself to get a refund or break even with IRS, so you're not owing them, they don't owe you. It's a win-win, and it gives you a better outlook of what to expect as long as you're accurate with the system. So this is your W4 game plan. Write it down, get ready for using and implementing these things, or if you need our assistance, check out that makeweeklymoney.com, get access to that blueprint. Or if you need our assistance from a credit standpoint, you want to get the DIY, all of those links should be available below. We look forward to working with you. We look forward to helping you accomplish your goals. And we're looking forward to you taking this information and running with it and doing what you feel is best for you in order to take your financial success to the next level. That's all I got. Till we meet again, Mr. Smith, signing out.